Bitch, does anybody else focus does anybody else's focus like way more improved when you put on classical music, or just me? I'm high as fuck. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Woman in Progress podcast. I am your host, Coach Alexi. Honestly, going through the cycles of Hello everybody, welcome back to the Woman in Progress podcast. I'm your host, Coach Alexi, and I'm so excited to spend this time with you today. Thank you so much for listening. And yo-yo dieting, if you don't know what it is basically, honestly, if you are anybody who finds yourself in the same cycle of cutting and gaining the same weight, or just always being in the pursuit of fat loss but never actually being able to attain it long term, then you are probably in this cycle. I was stuck in this cycle for years, and I honestly never, I really did have a point in my life where I almost honestly started to accept that I might never be able to get to where it is that I want to be. Until I literally thought about that and wanted to throw up, and I was like, no, there has to be a way. I used to be terrified to eat more than 15 or 1600 calories, max 1700, you know? I would always promise that I'd be quote unquote good, only to binge at night like clockwork. I'm gonna be good today. Today I'm gonna be good, right? Boom, you get home from work, or like nighttime comes around and it's like, what can I eat? Good morning, guys. It is Thursday. It's around 7:30 a.m. We're about to go to the gym. Today is back, and I do want to touch a little bit on the posterior chain. But yeah, so let's go. All right, y'all, today's gym vlog, I actually filmed a back day. So I like to start off my back days with barbell bent over rows. If these feel in your lower back, then you want to start off with like dumbbell single arm rows, but I've been able to progress to barbell bent over rows. And these are really great for targeting like your upper back and traps, and of course like a little bit of your lats as well. And I did around 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps. This is Bay getting his little rows in, and he's killing it. And yeah, I'm still, learning how to just really enjoy my upper body days as much as my lower body days. And it kind of fluctuates, but it's just one of those things that like you gotta, train your upper body, right? It does not need to be like you need to like actively work towards growing it if that's not what you want aesthetically, but having a strong back muscles and strong shoulder muscles is going to just support you in just like your overall health of the muscle and the joint and the shoulder itself, granted that you're recovering. So then I went to these lat pull downs. I always like to think elbows to belly button, even though my elbows are obviously going back at the end. That's kind of what I think of in order to activate my lats. I do have hyperlordosis, so like my back is kind of arched. So if it looks like I'm arching, that's literally just like my anatomy. Then we went into rear delt flies. These are great for targeting the back of your shoulders, so like your rear delt. And I love these because I can really just focus on going slow and controlled and really focusing on that tension. Something that has really helped me fall back into love with the gym again is honestly just focusing on like making it about pushing myself to be better, right? Like getting out of my comfort zone. As you can see here, literally out of my comfort zone, but just like whether you're just starting and you're overcoming gym anxiety, like that's out of your comfort zone. Like, whether you want to build muscle or build your physique, that is going to take resistance training and building muscle. So that's like pushing yourself, right? So do I always feel like it? No. But when I think about where it is that I want to be, the habits I want to build, and my goals, it really just is aligned action. And I might not feel like it all the time, but I know that there's never a workout that I ever regret. So I think it is important to incorporate movement that you do genuinely enjoy, but I think that we enjoy the things that feel good and that we're good at. And so if you get better at it, you learn more about it and you put it into practice, you'll eventually learn to enjoy it as well. All right, guys, I just want to share with y'all, I'm about to get into work. Well, I've been at work, but I want to share a little bit about what I'm working on. I know that personally when I watch, like as a coach, like I like hearing like what other coaches are working on in their business, especially if they're full-time and your goal is to be full-time coaching. Or maybe you just want to go full-time in a business and you like hearing about, you know, somebody who is full-time in their own, you know, business as well. And so right now I'm currently working on the email list for November. With my email list, I really just like to give value, and share stories. Like that's really pretty much it. I have a pretty high open rate, so that makes me feel good because I know that people are getting value, even if it's like sharing a story or a client success story, or you know, just education around something, or even just like my thoughts on things, you know. So right now I'm working on email lists. A lot of the things that I've been learning, I've been in a mastermind with WWBA. My mentor is Kendall Strample at WWBA, and Caroline, and it's Women's Wealthy Business Academy. So being in that mastermind has helped me a lot. And I'm also in another kind of healing pod. It's not really a mastermind, but just like a pod, I guess you could say, where I am also investing in money healing work and nervous system regulation work around money, new levels of income and financial abundance, and also being able to create that from a place that feels good and isn't from a place of burnout. You know what I mean? So that has been really healing and helpful as well. So I've been taking the risks on investments in myself with like aligned programs since I pretty much, like after like a year of doing it on my own, I pretty much got into like getting mentorship. And it's helped me so much just to put myself in the right rooms and to also have like expanders around you. Expanders are really people in your life that expand your possibilities and what you believe to be possible. When you're around, you know, like women that are, you know, just so successful, but all like financially successful, but also are so passionate and heart-centered and, you know, humble and just really desire to make an impact, it expands your mind because it's just like, oh, okay, like, damn, all y'all doing this, like, why can't I do it? You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. The business has, you know, just, I've learned so much, just honestly, since I've been full-time. I think it's been about like 2 years since I've quit my full-time job. And I've learned so much. I've learned so much in just 2 years. And the most valuable thing I probably would say is that I honestly value slow and steady, sustainable growth. Not too slow, but like steady, you know, consistent, but not like super fast and rushed and quick progress. So, you know, I think whether it's like your health and fitness, or, you know, you just want your own business, even with like marketing, right? Like a lot of us are drawn to like the quickness, like in the instant gratification and wanting fast results. But even before I went full time, I was building my brand and, you know, going through different certifications and actually like studying and getting real life experience and continuing in my own journey. I also competed for 5 years, like probably like 4 to 5 years, until I actually, you know, was, you know, actually like, okay, like let's start, you know, getting clients, like monetizing and like where to go from there. And that was just from pure passion, right? I had always known, and also was, you know, I was also fine at the current job that I had. I just always knew that it was on my path. And so, you know, it's actually the daily compounded work over a period of time that leads to that big picture vision. Do some people get there faster than others? Yes, but that also has its own array of like problems that can come with, you know? So I personally am really valuing just honestly like this steady, sustainable growth. When it comes to like money, I'm honestly just in my like I'm trying to build and grow my money. I still, you know, I have, you know, certain budgets set up to invest in things that I really value, whether that's, you know, an online coach, a trainer, my groceries, my, you know, beauty maintenance, things around the house, like little things like that I'll always invest money into. But right now, you know, I'm like, okay, I want to continue to grow my money. You know what I mean? I really want to. I've never been like the best saver, but we're moving out of that. And just being fully transparent, that is like a really big desire of mine right now, is not to penny pinch and not to cut out expenses that mean a lot to me, but to get aware and to create healthy money checking habits, right? I usually will check my finances like every 2 weeks. But now I'm trying to just look at my transactions on a daily basis, you know, because really the little things that you can kind of be like, oh, interesting, you know, like this adds up to X amount a month. That could be used to, you know, pay off credit, or that could be used to, you know, invest into the stock market. You know what I mean? It's like, I just want to be more strategic with my money, and I've been strategic, but I want to be more strategic. I want to like grow, you know? So that's kind of where I'm at in business and finances. And yeah, I'll continue to share more about that as well. But I'm procrastinating now, I'm not gonna lie, because I'm like usually really good with just writing out my email list, but I just need to start. So let's get to it. So today, email list, client check-ins, and then I have a team meeting. Oh, and I'm going to a networking event tonight for women. I forgot to tell you, I'm going to a networking event for women. So I've been to multiple retreats, and one of the retreats I went on was with the women's business mentorship that I'm in right now, the mastermind. And so I've put myself out there before, you know? And so I've kind of been in like hermit mode a little bit with just working from home and having my own business. Like I get really comfortable in these four walls. And while I do go on my walks and I do like get outside, you know what I mean? And I have like my core circle of like friends that I've grown up with, which I love so much. They're like my sisters. I still crave that, like, I just want to build my network. You know what I mean? Like I want to meet new women, like, you know, help each other grow and collaborate and get out of my comfort zone. And so I was looking for events, and a lot of the events in my area look real corny. I was like, what is this? What is this? No, no, no. And then I found this one. So I'm super excited. I'll tell y'all all about it. And then yeah, I also have some fun trips coming up. I'm actually going to the Olympia. But we're trying to get tickets to the actual show. We're going for Daniel's work. He's going to support like a CrossFit team. Sometimes we'll get to travel and he'll be like, baby, let's go. I want you with me. And I'm like, okay. So we're gonna go to the Olympia, and we're going to Chicago, which I've never been, and he's never been, for one of his fighters' fights. So, and it's gonna be like a Thursday through Monday trip. So I'm so excited for that. And I'm excited to vlog. Cause y'all know I love my vacation vlogs. Y'all know I get my fits ready and we just have a good time, okay? So yeah, that's pretty much life update, business update, finance update. I'm just giving y'all all the updates, okay? Now, let's get into actual work.
So if you're interested, follow me on Instagram.
So I just got back from the networking event. It was so fun. This is what I wore. Yeah, I was literally stressing leaving the door. I was like, I don't know what to wear. I was late, but also they didn't start until 7:30, so I was so grateful. But I got there at like 7:15. It was so nice. I met so many nice, like-minded women who are also, you know, entrepreneurs who are looking to connect with other women. And so I'm so happy that I just put myself out there, went, did it. And now the real and like the hard part is just actually connecting with these women one-on-one and following up with them and continuing to build those connections. I tend to like do that initial point and then it's like, okay, like you'll probably never hear from me again, but I'm trying to be more intentional with that. So yeah, so much fun. And yeah, guys, if you are working from home and you were just looking for more like-minded women, just get out there, look for events in your area. There's so many community events, networking events that you can go to. Obviously vet out the Instagram, make sure it's a vibe, make sure it aligns with you, and you won't regret it. Hey guys, it's actually Friday, the day after, and I just wanted to close out this vlog, just giving y'all a little bit of an update on how I'm feeling this morning. And yeah, so last night, like I told you guys, was super fun. Like, it was super fun to just get out of my comfort zone. I was super nervous going into it, but of course, you know, I feel the good vibes and it's fine, you know? So now just the other part, which is actually, like I said, like following up with them, connecting with them, and actually building those connections further. I do definitely want to go to another one of those events, but yeah, I did have one glass of red wine, and it's just crazy how that one glass of red motherfucking wine and also going to bed late, so those two coupled together, because I got home at like 10, and then me and Daniel, we watched like an episode of Snowfall, and I figured, fuck it, like I also needed to get in protein, and I was like, I need to get in my protein. Which is also an excuse for me to stay up later, but anyway, I stayed up late, and on top of that, having that glass of wine, today I just felt so sluggish. I literally didn't even start my day till just now. It's 1:20 p.m. and I am feeling kind of guilty about it, like, because like when you're, I don't want to use this language, but for the sake of just talking and saying how I feel, it can be so easy when you're on the pursuit of like improving your life, improving your habits, improving, you know, who you are and just the way that you live life. It can be so easy to, like, when you feel like you're on a streak of like, you know, really taking that aligned action, and then something happens, right? Like maybe you have a drink and you didn't get good sleep. This is my situation. And you wake up and you spend the first 5 hours of your day scrolling, having just like a really, really slow morning. Like I probably spent the first couple of hours just on social media. I feel like I couldn't get out of it. I laid in bed for way longer. It took me super long to just get out of bed. And like, we all have those days, but it just doesn't make me feel good that I'm starting my day at 1:20 p.m. and like, it just feels like I wasted my morning. And that is what makes me feel guilty, because in my head, the thoughts, when I'm being the observer of my mind, I'm observing that the thoughts that are coming up for me are like, I've been doing so good. And so just by me saying I've been doing so good somehow creates this idea that what I did this morning was bad. And I just think that like subconscious feeling of like doing bad, quote unquote, brings up, you know, core wounds of just like not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy, feeling like you don't have the capacity to hold, you know, the success or the wins or the goals or the whatever. And then you go, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed, right? So I just wanted to kind of talk you guys through just what I'm feeling right now. I am on like this sober, curious journey with like alcohol, and I'll never be, I mean, I'll never say never, right? But from where I am right now, I don't really see myself never drinking ever again. It's really like a in the mood type of thing. But what I think definitely needs to be a non-negotiable, and like my, you know, just like my life right now of like just limiting alcohol and not like, I just don't drink as much as I used to, is like when I do drink, I need to make sure I'm getting in a ton of electrolytes. I need to make sure that I have nothing going on that next morning, which granted I didn't, like I still have time for everything, but I think I'm just, again, like I need to release guilt that, you know, I'm doing a good job. Like I've literally been killing it this week, and it can be so easy to like not focus on how great you are doing in certain areas, that we just fixate on like where we feel like we need to do better. And yeah, I think in those moments where you feel guilty or you feel ashamed or whatever, it's like, okay, this is showing me what I don't want. Like by feeling what doesn't feel good, and by feeling what I don't want, it gives me the, it shows me my values, and it shows me like what actually matters, and how I actually want to feel, and how I actually want to kind of like go about things. So yeah, again, I'm not saying like I'm not gonna drink and whatever, but I'm like, I definitely need to like get myself, like set myself up for success when I do drink, you know what I mean? Like just knowing that I'm gonna feel more sluggish, I'm gonna feel more weak, right? Getting in more electrolytes, more water the day of, all of that shit. So kind of a random conversation, but wanted to wrap up this vlog here. If y'all are loving being on my journey, leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment saying what's up, because it really motivates me, honestly. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this vlog here, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.